Yeah. So have you seen the screenshot that I uploaded yesterday on that scaling down one? So at last we saw that desired capacity become 1 because see, we started with the desired capacity with 2 if you remember yesterday. Okay. But when after some time they saw that there is no load coming, so they went to the 1. Why they went to 1? Because the minimum I kept it as 1. Maximum they can go up to 6 only because max I given at 6 only this time. But in between that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are kept taking in mind. So see this many instances were added. Okay, like total 5 were there. Okay. But as soon as they found that no load is coming, so automatically they remove other 4. See, all are draining state. Only one was healthy. Automatically they removed it. So like this way, auto scaling works. Okay. Anybody try to do auto scaling or still you have to do auto scaling part? Still to do?
Still to do.
Okay, sure. Just give me a second. Let me upload a document here. Today we are going to see the user creation. Okay, for that I'm uploading a document. In the main file AWS hands lab, in this also user document a screenshot is there. Okay, but some of the screenshot need to be changed there. Okay, that's why I separately created this screenshot for AWS user creation. Okay, but anyhow, you are going to see this video, so that will be more than easy for you. Okay, even you don't require the document for this. IAM user is so simple, just you have to understand that. So what is the IAM user? So the first thing you have to understand what is the IAM user is. Uh, currently, whenever we are logging, okay, to the awsamazon.com, how we are getting logged in. So we are clicking on this sign in button. Okay. In this sign in button, they are asking us to log in, right? So always we are using the root user. Okay. Who is the root user? That means we have all the permission of this account. Okay. So when we created our account, AWS account, that time we created a root user account. So if I'm going to give my original email address and password, then we'll be able to log in, okay? And we'll be able to see this type of the page. That means this is the root user account. Here I am just seeing the account ID, okay? When I'm logging with this on using my original email address and password, then I can do anything in my account, okay? There is no permission restriction is there, okay? Like in Linux, when we log in as a root user, there is no permission restriction. Okay, but we log in with some different users. So in that case, we have some limited permission itself. Okay. So what we want to do is in a company, if there are 1,000 employees there, so do you think that for every 1,000 employee, the manager is going to create different AWS account? And is it going to be feasible that they are going to manage 1,000 account each for every developers? So one developer is working on some different project. They are hosting their website in some different AWS account. Other will be hosting in some different AWS account. It doesn't make sense, right? Because if one project needs to communicate with the another project, how they will be able to do if they are in the separate AWS account? So in that case, AWS comes with the IAM permission. What is the IAM permission? That means there will be a single account. This is the master account. Okay. Just think like this is the master account of the company. Okay. And who is going to have the access of this root account? Basically the senior officials. Okay. Like your company's CEO, managers, VP, like these all are the person having the access of this root account. Okay. Now, if your manager want to give the access, okay, to some developers, to some DevOps team member, some testing team member, okay. So what they will do is they will create a user, okay, with some limited permission. That for some user, I just given that you have the permission only to see EC2 instance, okay. That means you can only read the EC2 instance. That's it. If you are coming here and you want to try to start any machine, that you will be not able to do so because I did not give any the permission. If I'll give you the permission to create the S3 bucket, then only you can create the S3 bucket. So whatever the permission I will assign to them, only they will be able to do that work only. By default, they don't have any permission. Okay. So to create this, okay, what you have to do is you have to search here IAM. Okay, IAM, Identity Access Management. If you'll click on this IAM, and make sure all the account, everything you are creating, have to log in as a root user. Okay, then only you can create the new user, everything. So in the user section, okay, in the user section, currently I have one user created in my account. Okay, but I don't think that you will be having that permission anything. So what you have to do is you have to create a user. So simply click on add users button here. Okay. Now you have to select the username. Okay. So take an example. I'm creating a user with the name called John. Okay. I created a user with the name called John. Now they are asking us that do you want to give him the user access to the AWS management console? What is the console? If you want, that particular person can log into this AWS account from the browser. Okay, so this browser method is console method. Okay, so simply you can tick this box. Okay, so provide user access to the AWS management console and simply select this. I want to create an IAM user. Simply select this box. Then they are saying that when you create this user John, so there should be a password will also require, right? We have to write the user name, then we have to write the password. So do you want to generate the password? Do you want to set any custom password to him, or do you want to generate him auto-generated password? So I'm saying that auto-generate a random password for him. Okay. Then he's saying that do you want that when he will be logged to the first time, he will require to change his password? So definitely yes, because this is an auto-generated password. So this will be one-time login. After that, he have to change the password. That's why I tick this box. Okay. Then simply click on next. You don't currently we don't have any permission to them. Okay, but if you want that that particular John user, okay, he can do only one thing. Okay, simply click on attach policy directly and search here that I want to give him the EC2 access. Okay, so just search here. So in the EC2, I can give him the full access also and read only access also. So read only access means he will be able to see how many EC2 instances are running, how many EC2 instances are in the stop state. But if he will try to launch a new EC2 instance, or if he will try to start any instance or stop any instance or delete any instance, that he will be not able to do so if I will give him the read only access. So let's give currently read only access only one permission I assign to him. Simply click on next and click on create user. Now user with the name called John got created. Okay, now they are saying that if you want to make sure that this user can log in, okay, so you have to share this instruction to him, right? I have to share him, this is your URL, this is the username, this is the password. So now what is this URL is doing? So basically when you log into this account, you see that there is some account ID. This account ID is unique for all the AWS customer. Okay. So if somebody is the IAM user who is not the root user, okay, and if they want to log in, so they have to select here IAM user. Okay. So see, the first thing they are asking us is what is your main account, root account ID? Do you know the account ID? So I have to paste here the ID here. Once I will paste this ID, then I will go to the next. Okay. And once this ID will be verified, then only I have to write the user here, John, and then the password. If somebody don't want to remember this ID and they don't want to type it, okay, so what you can do is rather than doing this, I can share to my customer this URL. If somebody is going to copy this URL and they will paste it in the browser like this, okay, so they will automatically go to this page where that ID will be automatically written. Okay, because in this URL itself, that ID is embedded. Okay, so like this way, you can directly come to this page. Either you can manually type this ID or you can simply do it. Then username I have to write. This is my username. After that, this is the password. So this password I am copying and that password I am giving to this. So John user is going to log in like this. Okay. He have the user, he have the password, he got the ID, he will do the sign in. When he will do the sign in, the first thing they have to ask the old password. So again, he will enter the old password. Then the new password he will try to set up. Okay, and simply click on confirm password change. Okay, and by default we landed to some different region. So let's go in the Mumbai region. Okay, and we have only one permission if you remember. I just given him the EC2 read only access. Okay, so now if you will try to do any other thing, okay, permission will be not there. So this is a new account. So they are giving us all the details, everything. Okay. So if I'll search here that can we have the information related to the EC2 user? Okay, so they are saying, okay, this is the EC2 user. Let's select here. So in the EC2 user, they are talking about that currently no instance is running. If I'm seeing the instances, so there's many instances there. I'm able to read only access because I have. But if I'll try to start any instance, like I will select here and I will pick an instance state and I want to make it a start, they're going to say you don't have the permission. You are not authorized to perform this service. Because why? Because in the root account, if we'll come here, okay, and if I'll come to the user section again, let me just continue because I already copied the password, so I don't require. So this is the John user that we created. Okay. And if I'll selecting here, so they are clearly saying that somebody done the sign in now itself today. And I have only two permission. One is the permission is the EC2 read only access. Other permission is that he can change his password. Okay. Changing the password by default will be provided and EC2 read only access I provided. Since I given him the EC2 read only access, that's why he is able to see all the EC2 instance here, right? Like he is clicking on this EC2 instance, he is able to see all this thing. But he will be not able to do auto scaling. He will be not able to do any other thing. But even if this permission you are going to remove, okay, like if somebody is removing this permission also, so you can simply select this, click on remove. So now he don't have any permission other than that's by changing the password. So now if he is going to refresh this entire page, okay, so he will be not able to authorize that also. Why it is happening? Maybe due to previous one. So let me just again go to the EC2 section. See, now the API error started to came. Okay, and if I'll click on this instance, anything. So see, you are not authorized to perform this. Okay, that means we are not able to see. But if I want, okay, if I want that this John user, okay, required to create any EC2 instance or something, so I will click on add permission, okay, and I will click on attach policy directly, and I will say like, let me just give him EC2 full access, okay, that he can do anything in the EC2, okay. Click on next, click on add permission. As soon as I am adding this permission, this John user is going to refresh this page. You will be able to see all the data, everything. There will be no problem in this now. Again, it is coming due to the previous problem. So let me just again click on this EC2. Okay, we are able to see. Now I can start and stop the instance too. If I'll click on select here and I will click on start. Previously it was saying you are not authorized, but since I have the now permission, full access of the EC2, you see, we started the instance and everything is working perfectly fine. Similarly, if I want to stop the instance, that also I can do, but I can do all the thing in the EC2 instance itself. Okay. Let me just stop it again. So I'll just close this. So I have only the permission in the EC2 segment. If I will try to create the auto scaling group or something, I don't have the permission. If I will try to create the EFS, elastic file system or something, okay. So I don't have the permission. I cannot come here and I cannot create the EFS. If I'll try to create file system, I will select all the things, name everything like this way. Test, something like this, take an example of EFS. If I'll try to click on create here, so see, we are not authorized. Okay, and that's why we cannot create it. You are not authorized to perform. John user is not authorized. So you cannot do any other thing because I just given you the permission, okay, only for accessing the EC2. So you can only access the EC2. Is this making sense? This permission one, all of you? That whatever the
Yes.
permission you are going to assign, that only that user will have. Similarly, if I want to give him one more permission, like I want that he will be able to see our S3 bucket also. So I will come here, I will search related to S3 and we are getting here. If I want to give S3 full access, that also you can give, or you want to give S3 read only access. Okay, that also you can do. I'm giving the full access, click on add permission. So now I added one more permission. Now this John user can go to the S3 bucket. Okay, and he can create the bucket, he can see the previous data, everything he can do in the S3 segment. We don't have any bucket or something. I think we had a bucket. No, actually, this is my new account. Yes, so we did not create the bucket here. So yeah, bucket is not there. That's why it is not there. But if I will try to create a bucket, so I can easily create the bucket with the name. You know that your bucket name should be UE. And I'm selecting the Mumbai. Everything, let me give all default. Just I'm removing this block called public access. I know that I acknowledge this part and click on create bucket. Okay, I think in my previous account that bucket is already there, so it is not deleted. Okay, so that's why they are saying. So this name already exists. So now let me just create bucket. This time it will work. Okay, so bucket got created. So I have the permission. That's why I'm able to create the bucket. Okay, but if somebody is not having the permission, they will be not able to. So this is about the users part. Okay, where you can add the permission directly as a root user. But now the question is, if there are 50 users, okay, and all the 50 users, I want to give the exactly same permission, EC2 full access and S3 full access. Is this making sense that for every user I am going there and I am attaching the permission one by one? No, right? So rather than that, creating the users, okay, what you can do is you can create a group, okay? You can come to this users group, you can click on create group, and in this group, you can give the name. Take an example, I'm creating a group with the name called DevOps. If you want to any user, okay, in the DevOps group that you can add it, I will add it later. So I'm just creating a user group name, okay, DevOps group. And to this DevOps group, do you want to give any permission? So take an example to this DevOps group, I'm giving the permission called EC2 full access again, okay. Similarly, I am giving one more permission called S3 full access. S3 full access. Other than that, I am giving him auto scaling. Take an example. Auto scaling full access. Take an example. I am giving. Okay, so okay, I added selected all. So okay, we done mistake here. So let me just do again one more time. EC2 full access. Okay, it is there. S3. S3 is also selected. And I think auto scaling is also there. So simply just click on create group. Okay, so a group with the name called DevOps got created. Inside this DevOps group, currently no user is added. Two permission is there. EC2 access is there. S3 full access is there. Let me add one more permission here. I think auto scaling is not provided. So auto scaling full access and click on add something like this. So now three permission is there. EC2, S3, auto scaling. Now, if you want to give, like for the DevOps team members, I got to know that this three permission is important. Like all the person who is in the DevOps team, they should require at least this three permission in the AWS account. They may require more like load balancer or something like this, EFS permission, everything. But take an example, currently we are going to keep this three permission. So rather than adding separately the permission EC2 full access or S3 to the John, let me just remove this permission. And now just treat like this John is a new user. Okay, it is not having any permission. It is having only one permission to change the password. That's it. Okay. Now this John user is not having any permission, so he cannot do anything. Okay, I can verify here also. If I'll refresh this page, you will be not able to see any bucket or something. Okay, you don't have the permission anything because permission is removed. Okay, but if I want to add him the permissions, either I can manually add the permission to the users, okay, or what I can do is I can say to this John user that John user, I'm going to add you in a group, okay, and I'm adding this user to a group and group name is DevOps, and whatever the permission is attached to the DevOps group that I'm directly giving to you. So since I attached to the DevOps group, so all the permission that is attached here, EC2, S3, auto scaling, all the three came here to this particular user, John. And see, it is coming from this DevOps group. Or either you can attach it from there, or you can go in the group section And from here also you can click on add users. Okay, and you can add the user. Currently I have only one more user, so I can click on this, all the permission will be given to this, like that way. So currently they have all the permissions now, John user. And now since the John user is having the permission, so if I'll refresh this page, this time there is no issue is going to come. We'll be able to see our bucket. Okay, so this is the thing. Is this getting clear up to here? The group section, group can help us to give the permission to the multiple users. Okay, so I can add all the users and we can give all the users exactly same permission, whatever we assign to group.
Yeah, I have one doubt here. For suppose we have to assign one permission to one user, right? If for suppose we have to add the user groups, right? In the user groups, we have to add two more permissions. Is it override for that user or?
No, see, whatever the permission you are going to attach in the DevOps group, either you are going to remove the permission from this DevOps group, okay, or either you are going to add it, it will be going to add to the all the users in which you attached it. Okay. Like take an example, if I'm removing this auto scaling full access from this DevOps group, okay. So that doesn't mean it is just removed it from that one. Okay, here only two permission is there. So if I'll go in the user section in the John, so we'll see that permission is gone from here also. Okay, similarly, whatever the permission you are going to add in the DevOps group, that will be added. Other than that, if you want to add any extra user to the user, like for take an example, this John user is some special person, right? So I want to give him one more extra permission. Other than that, what is belongs to the DevOps group, I can manually come here and I can add the permission separately. That will be also there. Like if I'm clicking add permission and attach policy directly, and take an example, I am giving him something called, take an example, I have full access. Okay, so I am clicking on next, add permission. So this permission will be also added. Previous permission is there, and this permission, it is clearly saying this permission is directly added to this user. Okay, and this two permission is added with the help of the group devo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so other than this, let me just remove all the permissions again. Okay, so again, this John user is don't have any permission. Okay, but now again, there is a question in your mind, like take an example, the John user, I want to make him little bit more powerful. Okay, currently he have the limited permission or something. What I want to do is I want to give him the permission that he can do anything in my account. Okay, take an example, this is just a manager account itself. Okay, so he can do anything. So in that case, you can click on add permission. Okay, click on attach policy directly and search for the power user. See, there is a power user access. Simply select this, click on next, click on add permission. Now we given the power user access. Okay, we given the power user access. Since we given the power user access and we did not given any other permission EC2 or something. Okay, but since you given him the power user access, he can do anything. Okay, he can do anything in your account now. He can go with the EC2, he can start with the EC2, anything he can do. He have all the permission now, this John user. Okay. What are the things that John can still not do as a power user access? The first thing, John cannot access the billing dashboard. Okay. This permission by default don't get provided even if you are adding the power user access. So he cannot see the bill. Second thing this John user cannot do is that he cannot create any new IAM user. Okay, like if John want to create that, I want to assign one more user with the name called Jack. Okay, and I want to assign him some permission or something, that John will be not able to do so. John don't have the permission to do with the IAM. Okay, but other than this, John can do anything in the account. Is this making sense? That if you are giving the power user access, two things you cannot do. The first thing, IAM dashboard, you cannot access. Second thing, you cannot access the billing part. Is it fine? This is about the power user access I'm talking about. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now take an example, this John user. I want that this John user should be able to create multiple users, because if John is a manager, so he have the power, right? To hire some person, to edit him in the team, and to assign some project to him, to give some permission to him. So for that particular reason, now I want to do this is John will have all the permission, but they will have the IAM permission also. So in that case, rather than giving the powered user access, let's remove this powered user, okay, with the John user. And simply click on add permission. And in place of powered user, there is one more permission that is called permission actually administrator access, this one. And just click on next and click on add permission. Since you've given him the administrator access, okay, so now he can do everything in your account, including the IAM dashboard. He can see the IAM dashboard now. If I'll refresh this page, now see, we are able to see how many users are there. I can create the user and see I am logged in as a John user, right? But as a John user itself, I can change the permission here also. I can click come here, and if I want to add any permission, that also I can do as a John user. Okay, let's take an example. I want to add this access. I can click on next and I can click add permission to my account also. And see, I had updated the permission because this John is now the administrator of this account. So he can do, and he can remove the administrator access also. Okay. And as soon as he is going to remove the administrator access, he will lose the entire access. So take an example, he is removing. Okay. So John itself removed the permission, right? Now, if he is going to refresh this page, again, he don't have any permission. Let me just again, it is loading it from the previous page itself. So let me just again, okay. See, all the API error started to came. And if I'll again go to the IAM, so we'll be not able to do so. Permission denied. Okay, again, who can add that permission again? So again, he have to manually come. Okay. And currently administrator access is not there. So again, he will come here, add permission, and he will add the administrator access again. Then again, this John will get that. Okay, so administrator access, you can do everything, including the IAM. Okay, you can add the user, you can change the permission, anything you can do. But still, since you are the administrator access, so you have the IAM permission, but still you cannot access the billing dashboard. Even as the admin, you cannot access the billing dashboard. Billing dashboard, if you want to give somebody access, okay, so you have to separately give them the permission, okay, for the accessing billing information. Okay, and they are saying you have required some IAM permission for that. If that permission will be given, then only you can access the billing part. Any confusion up to here? Anybody?
No, I'm good.
Others? User group, permission, anything you want to ask?
Yes, my side is clear.
Okay, great. So this is about this one. So currently we talked about the console access. Do you know that we can access the AWS account without a browser also? How many of you know that? You can create the EC2 instance, you can stop the EC2 instance, you can start the EC2 instance without using the browser. Anybody know that? No?
No.
Okay, so see, AWS cloud can be accessed by the different methods. The first method you are accessing till now, you are understanding, that is the console access. Okay, where basically you are logging with the help of the browser, you are just giving your username and password, and whatever you want to do, you can do it from here. Other thing is the command line. Okay, you can use the commands, okay, to create the EC2 instance, to stop the EC2 instance, like that way. Similarly, you can use some programming language also, like Python, Java, C++ to communicate with this. You can use the tools like Ansible, Terraform also, okay, to communicate with the AWS cloud. So there are so many options available in the market. Okay, so how to communicate with the Terraform, everything that will be seen in the later training. Okay, today we will be going to see about the CLI access. Okay, what is like how, with the help of the command line, this command prompt. Okay, how you'll be able to do so. So to doing this, let me create one more user. Okay, I'm creating one more user, and I'm giving the username something like this, CLI access. And since I'm going to access using the command, so I'm not going to give the console access. Okay, why I am not giving the console access? Because I don't want to access this as a browser. Because I am just creating a normal user with the name called Kishan CLI. And what are the permission I want to give it? So take an example, I am giving him the EC2 full access and EC3 full access, whatever the permission is present in the DevOps group, that only directly we are adding to them. Okay. And click on next, click on create user. That's it. So this particular Kisan CLI, we given some permissions. Okay. EC2 full access and S3 full access. This two permission is there. Okay. Since I given him the EC2 full access and S3 full access, so the person who is going to log in as a Kisan CLI user, they will be do anything. Okay. Now the question is how they are going to log in. We did not get any username, we did not get any password. So how we are going to log in? Okay. So to log into this AWS CLI, okay, from your laptop, the first thing what you have to do is you have to download a software. You have to download a software. So simply you have to search for the AWS CLI. Okay. Just come to the Google. Okay. Search for AWS CLI download. When you search for this, you'll go to this particular page. You can download it for the Ubuntu, you can download it for the Mac OS, you can download it for the Windows. If somebody is using Windows, click on Windows, click on this MSI, this 64-bit software will be downloaded. Okay. And it will look like this. Simply you have to click on next, 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 and installation will be complete. Once the installation is complete, to verify whether installation is done or not, simply you have to open the command prompt from your laptop. Okay. And in this, you have to type the command called AWS-version. Similarly, for Mac OS people, they will be opening the terminal and they will be writing this AWS-version. And if you are getting this output like AWS CLI 2.8.13 or something, that means AWS is installed in your system. You can write the AWS command. Okay. So once this is done, we are good with this. Now we have to provide some credentials. Okay. So when we type the command here, AWS, I want to configure you. Okay, I want to configure you. This is the command. So they are going to ask us two things. First thing, they are asking us the access key. Then they are asking us the secret access key. Then they are saying that which reason you are going to launch the machine, everything by default. And that's it. These four things basically they require. Output format, let it be none only, nothing to write. But these three things we require, right? So where is my access key? Where is my secret key? Where is my default reason? If these three things will be there, then only we can access to my AWS account. Okay. So access key and secret key we can generate. How you can generate? Come to your user section. This is my user, Kisan CLI. Okay. In this, go to security credential. Currently, we did not enable the console sign in. That's why there is no password, nothing is there. If we want to enable the console access in the future for this user, I can simply click on this and it will be enabled. But I want to generate the access key because our AWS CLI is going to require the access key. They don't know what is password or something. Like our GitHub, when I was trying to log in, so they are not asking any password or something. They were asking us the token. Okay. Similarly, here also they will asking us the access key. So simply you have to click on create access key. Click on command line interface. Click on I understand. Click on next. Okay. And click on create access key. Okay. And that's it. A access key and secret key got generated. Now you have to copy this access key and secret key somewhere. Okay. Or you can simply download this CSV file. Okay. So for your future reference, it is going to store the access key and secret access key. So just copy this and save it somewhere so you can use it later like this way. I saved this file. Take an example. Okay. Now, once we save this file, access key and secret key, something like this. Now, what you have to do is you have to copy this access key. Okay. And again, type this command AWS configure. And here you have to paste this access key. Okay. You'll press enter. Now they are going to ask us to paste the secret access key. I will copy the secret access key. Okay. And I will come here and I will paste the secret access key. I will press enter. By default, my reason name is AP-South-1 only. Okay. In the next step. If that is not there, okay, so we are going to write it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am pasting the secret access key and then I will press 2 times enter. If you want to use some different region name, so you can come here, you can select the name. In my case, I'm doing everything in the Mumbai region. That's why its name is AP-South-1. If somebody want to do in the US East, so you have to write US-East-1 at this column. Okay, at this column, you have to type that. So your region will be changed. So I'm just stopping my screens here and I am pasting that, and again I will share the screen. Just give me a second. Okay, so access key I give it. Okay, secret key also I give it. Okay, and then default reason I kept it AP South 1 only. But if you want to change, you can simply type it like this way, whatever the reason you want. Okay, but I want Mumbai only. And that's it, default output format, that's it. Everything is done. Once we're done this access key, secret key, everything you provided, now you can communicate with your AWS cloud by just writing the command. Okay, how? So let me show you. We know that we created a bucket, right? GRI DevOps bucket 1, 2, 3. All of you know that, right? Just now, before some time, I created a bucket in the S3. So if I'm going to write a command here, AWS, there is a S3 bucket I have. Can you list me all the bucket that is created in my account? And if this is connecting to the same AWS account, so it will able to show here GRI DevOps bucket 1, 2, 3. Let's press enter. And see, are they showing us that at this particular time at 9:17, okay, somebody created this bucket? Yes or no? Right? All of you?
Yes, yes.
So they are connecting to this account. Similarly, I can do so many things here. I want to launch the EC2 instance. I want to start the EC2 instance. I want to stop the instance. Everything I can do it from here. Okay, we don't have to worry about. So currently there is no instance running. Okay. So again, the question is how we are going to find the command everything. Okay. So if you want to details or something, like take an example, I know that AWS, I know that there is a command called AWS. After that, I don't know what to write. So I can always use the command AWS. Can you provide me the help little bit? So they are saying if you want to use the help or something, so I don't think you have to give the hashtag, simply write the help. Okay. So they are saying, okay, I can provide you the help. So you have to write the AWS, then you have to write some option, then you have to write some command, then you have to write some sub command. If you still don't know what to write in the command and sub command, so you can keep press space bar and you can find here. So there are so many services available. So in which service you want to do? I want to do something in the EC2 instance. So let's find anything related to EC2 is there. So yes. So EC2 we got it, right? Now I have to write the command something like this. AWS, I know that there is a service with your name called EC2. I just found. Okay. Can you provide the help about the EC2? So they are saying, okay, they are giving the definition of the EC2. Then they are saying in the EC2, you can accept the address transfer, you can allocate the address. If I want to say that, can you describe the instance or something that how many instances created in my account? Okay. So if I keep coming down, so they are saying us so many details. Okay, let's find anything called describe or something is there. So describe address, describe elastic, describe images, describe instances or describe instance status. Let's copy this. Okay, just to control C. Say AWS, I know the service name is EC2. Can you describe the instance status? That is the only thing I written. Okay, I'll press enter. Now they are going to log into my account and they are saying that currently there is no instance status, something is there. Why so? Because we did not mention the details. So again, take an example. I'm just saying, can you just describe the instances? Okay, like currently there is no instances running. That's why they did not give in here any output. But if I'm saying AWS EC2, can you show me the details here of all the instances? I'll press enter. They are going to log into my account and they provided us details. And they are clearly saying that I got there and the one instance is running with the T3 A medium. And that instance is using the key pair name called DevOps PIM. Okay. And you given that EC2 instance name something like, if we'll keep coming down, so IP address to that EC2 instance is this one. Okay. And let's find the name. Somewhere they are writing the name or something. So they are saying here, the name of your instance is SonarQube Cloud 23. And if I'll come here and I can quickly verify, so yes, there is an instance with the name called SonarQube Cloud 23, which is running on the T3 medium. Not only this, the second instance is Jenkins Cloud 23. If we keep coming down, so see the second instance, Jenkins Cloud 23. This machines I'm getting the details. If I'll keep coming down, there is another instance with the name called slave node 1. Okay, if we'll come here, verify after Jenkins, we have the slave node 1. So that means all the details they are getting it from here. Is this making sense? All of you? Right? Now take an example. You are going to ask me, can you start the instance? Okay, so I want to start this instance, right? The first instance, SonarCube 1. So I will just copy this ID from here. I will just copy this ID. Okay. Control C. And again, I will say AWS EC2. Okay. Can you provide me the help that I want to check? Is anything related to the start instance is there? So let's come down. Let's find anything related to a start or a stop instance is there or not. So stop instance is there, start instance is there. Okay, so I am simply going to write AWS EC2. Okay, EC2. I want to start the instances, start hyphen instances. Okay, and then I am giving the ID. Okay, again, how I am going to get that? I have to write the ID only. So get the help. So they are saying if you want to start the EC2 instance, you have to provide your instance ID. Okay, so that's it. So simply you have to write like this. Control C, AWS EC2 start instance, and I am providing you the instance ID. So just copying this, copy this. And since I copied it again, so my instance ID is gone. So let me just copy the instance ID directly from here. So this is my instance ID. I just copied it and I am going to paste it here. And since I'm going to do it, as soon as I'm going to press enter, they will start this instance. See, currently the state was stopped. Okay, previous state. Now what they done is they made it pending. After some time, it will be running also. If I'll refresh this page, so see, it got running. We started this instance, but without clicking here. Okay, we started it from where? With the help of the command. Similarly, if somebody want to stop, so we saw the command was the stop instances. I will simply write the command here, stop instances. That's it. Press enter. Current state was stopping. They are stopping it. Previously, it was running. Okay, and I can verify also. Now it is in the shutdown mode. Stopping. Is this getting clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
So command you have to always find with the help of the help command. Okay, AWS EC2 help, describe instances. Okay, AWS S3 help. You can get what are the things you can do in the S3 bucket, like this way. Now, if you want to create any or launch any EC2 instance or something with the help of this, okay. So when we want to launch a EC2 instance, right? Like if I'm going to launch a EC2 instance like this. So what are the details we are going to provide? Okay, so if I'm going to write it here, notepad. Okay. So the first thing they are asking us to write the name. Okay. Then they are asking us to choose the image. Okay. So what is my image name? So I'm going to choose this Amazon Linux 2 AMI usually. Okay. So my image name, image ID is this one. So I will just copy this AMI ID. I'm going to launch the EC2 instance with this image. So I will just paste it here. Now they always ask us about the instance type. So instance type, we usually use the t2.micro if you remember. t2.micro we use. Okay. So just I'm mentioning here t2.micro. Other than this, we select the key pair. Okay. So key pair, and we try to choose the key pair with the name called DevOps PAM. And if you want to be sure, you can search here. My key pair name is DevOps PAM that we usually select. Network setting, usually we create a security group, but if you want to create some existing security group also, that also you can do by selecting here. Okay, so whatever the security group is created in your account, that you can select it from here. Okay, in that ID you have to select. But if you don't have any security group, okay, so what you can do is you can create a security group also. Okay, so and other than security group, let me just write. After that, we'll require a security group. Security group ID, that will require one thing. Other than that, number of instance, count. Count is basically we are going to use one. We are going to launch only one EC2 instance, and all other things I want to keep it as default. Okay. So let's come here. You can create the security group also with the help of the command. Okay, but the security group creation, it is just only one time process, right? We are going to create the security group only one time. So you can create it from here also. So simply go to the security group, click on create security group, or give the security group, take an example like my 24 CLI, something like this. Okay, SSH. And I am providing the allow SSH access. So whatever the EC2 instance is going to be created, okay. Whatever the EC2 instance is going to create it, in that I want to give him the SSH access. I will type here, I will say that SSH access I am providing to anybody. So they will be able to log in, and this security group is going to be created. And once this security group will be created, a ID is generated of this security group. This ID I will just copy and I am going to paste it somewhere here. That's it. Now I am ready with my command. Okay, now I can write the command to launch the EC2 instance. So to launch the EC2 instance, just give me 5 more minutes. We'll be able to do it. So the first thing you have to write AWS. I know that I am going to run the EC2 instance, right? I have to write the EC2, and let's do help again. So let's find how to create the EC2 instance. So let's find anything related to a start, a stop, run instance is there or not. A start and a stop already I saw. Now I have to run a instance. So something related to run instance is here. Okay, so we got this. I will just copy this, come here. Previously we written up to EC2, write the run instances, again ask the help, how I can run a instance. So they are saying if you want to run a EC2 instance, you have to provide some details. What are the details you are going to provide? You have to provide me the image ID. So let me just type it everything here. So till now we written like this: AWS EC2 run instances. Okay, we written up to this command till now. Okay. After run instances, they are asking us to type the image ID. So I'm just copying this image ID tag -- image ID, and I'm pasting it in the command -- image ID. And what is my image ID? I'm going to launch the instance with this image ID. So that I will copy it here after a space. After that, I have to type the instance type. So let's find anything related to instance type. It is there -- instance -- type. Just copy this, come here, paste it instance type. What is my instance type? T2.micro. So let me just type it. Whatever the EC2 instance, if you want to start a EC2 instance with the T2.medium, that also you can do. Now key pair, is anything related to key pair is there? In place of key pair, they have a concept called key name. So let's copy this key name and paste it here. And key name will be DevOps man. After that, security group ID. So this is the concept for security group ID. Make sure you are copying the security group IDs only. So just copy it. Everything we have to copy, okay? And nobody to remember anything. And this is my security group ID that we just copied after creating, that I am going to paste it here. Let's find anything related to count is there, number of instance. So something related to that is there or not? Where is that count? Yeah, this is the count here, right? -- count. So let's copy this -- count. And they are saying that we have to give the count. Okay, count is equal to even by this also you are not understanding. Take an example, by seeing this also you did not understand how I written these all things. Okay, so simply come down, keep a space bar. Okay, keep coming a space bar. You'll see that they are how they are creating. They are giving you the option here. In the instance type, you can write this many instance type here, T2.micro, all the instance type. If you keep coming down, let's come down to last first. Okay. Now, if you come little bit up, they will show you some examples also that how to use this command. In all the commands, they written some examples. So they are saying if somebody want to launch a EC2 instance or something, you have to use something command like this: AWS EC2 run instances. Then you have to give your image ID. Then you have to write the instance type. Then you have to give the count. Subnet path, let it forget about this. We did not run. Key name, whatever your key pair name, whatever security group. So this only commands just now I written. you can match it from here. AWS, EC2, run instance, image ID, instance type, key name, security group ID, count. Is this making sense? All of you will be able to write this command, right? And how we are going to know that only these things we require? Because we know how to launch the EC2 instance in the console, right? So whatever the things you are doing in the console, exactly same thing you'll be doing in the command also. Is it clear? Then we can proceed ahead. Just say yes or no, all of you.
Yeah, you can.
Here we are running image in the console, right?
Yeah. No, no,
Okay.
we are going to write this command. Okay, this command is going to launch a EC2 instance here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's come this, copy this command from here. You can take the examples, everything, so there is no any issue in that. Okay. And just paste it this command. If this command is correct, so as soon as I'm going to press enter, a new EC2 instance is going to be created. And see, they created. And they said that your new EC2 instance created IP is 15.116. Let's verify. Refresh this. My EC2 instance got created and IP is 15.116. This is got created by whom? This one. Okay. Why we are using this CLI? If somebody can be thinking that I can launch the EC2 instance, right, directly from here, then why from here? Okay. So just think like this. If I'm going to say you that, can you launch one more EC2 instance? Okay, from the console. How much time you are going to take? You have to launch the instance from here. By coming here, launch instance, you have to fill all these details. You have to click on create, right? But if somebody will ask me, I will just go to my previous command. That command I already written. I will press one more time enter. That's it. One more instance got created. I'll refresh and see how faster it is. The first time only we are spending time, right? Next time again one more instance got created. Again, if somebody is saying me that can you create one more instance, I will just write one more time command. Okay, and one more instance got created. Come here, refresh this page, and you will see that one more instance got created. Is this making sense? Like how much faster it is? All of you?
Yeah.
So that is the thing. Let me just delete it. Or even if you want to add some name or something, okay, like if you want to add the name to this EC2 instance or something. Currently, we did not provided any name. Okay. So see, whatever the things you are seeing here using the command called AWS EC2 helps everything. Okay. So exactly same thing you can find it from the browser also. You can simply say AWS EC2. Okay. Help something like this. Let's search here. You'll go to this particular page. Okay. And here also, whatever the things they are showing you in the command line format. Okay. Exactly same thing they are providing you here. So in this, what we done till currently, run instances, right? So see, this is the run instance here, a start instance, a stop instance. So click on run instances. Again, we are going to get exactly same information. Okay. So till see, these all things only we pasted: image ID, instance type, key name. And if we'll keep coming down, this example, basically we took it, right? This was the example. This is the example we talked about. So like this way they are showing us. There are so many examples they give them like this way. So if somebody want to add any name or tag or something, okay, so just go back, okay, and let's come here and just find anything related to tag is there or not. Because see, your name of instance, you are saying that there is something name I given, Tomcat Cloud 23, but how this name is provided here? This name is provided here with the help of the tag. And where key is name and value is whatever the name you want to give. So you have to give capital NAME and Tomcat Cloud 23, whatever the name you want to give. So similarly, if I want to give some tag here, so just find anything related to tag. Just give me a second, let me search for that. Tag CLI, create tags. Okay, its name was create tag actually. I was searching in the tag. Okay, so we got the name create tag. If I'll keep coming down, directly take some examples, don't worry. that we have to do all these things. Okay, just take in like take an example. We are taking a tag like this example only. I took a simple example. I'll copy this example, I will paste it here. Okay, and just keep it in a single line. Okay, key will be name. Okay, that I shown you. Key will be capital name. Now I want to give me my name as, take an example of the instance as web1. Okay, so web1 cloud 24, something like this. So again, resource, this thing we have to change. Okay, and in place of this, I have to give me the instance ID. I want to add the name to this instance. Okay, so I will copy this ID here, and this ID I will paste it here in the resource section. That's it. Now you are going to copy this command and paste it in the command prompt. Okay, and add, cancel it. Okay, I think it is not copied in correct one. So let me just copy it. Okay, AWS EC2 create tags. This is my instance name, and I am saying that you have to use this tag. Press enter. As soon as I'm pressing enter, they will add the name. I'll refresh this page. Now you'll see that name got added, web1 cloud 24. How this added? Because in the tag we updated the value. Name is equal to web1 cloud 24. Similarly, if you want to add the name to this one, so simply just copy this ID. Okay, and in your previous command, just you have to replace this ID with this one, and just in place of web1, take an example. I want to give the name as web2. That's it. I'll press enter. Our name will be provided to this also. Refresh this page, and web2 is given. So like this way, you can do so many things. Always you can search it in the Google. You can get this. Just read this documentation. You'll be able to see how to write the value everything. Okay. As more and more you will refer the official documentation, more and more you are going to. Is it fine? All of you? Okay.
Yeah.
So till now, whatever the things you learn in the AWS, okay, whether creating the load balancer or creating anything, everything you can do with this CLI. Okay. And it is not like you have to remember all the things. You should know how to find, okay, how to use this official documentation to do all this thing. That's it. So yeah, that's it. Let's keep up to here. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see more thing about the AWS. It will be at least one class will be more in the AWS.